Now, needless to say, studying abroad can be an expensive affair. But with teaching assistantships, research assistantships, and on campus jobs, you can earn significantly enough to even cover your living expenses. Now, typically, these jobs can pay between $18 to $25 and oftentimes even more, and you're allowed to work for about 20 hours a week for any on campus job. So, now do the simple math, and you'll see that you can potentially earn over $1,500 a month, which can not only cover your living expenses, but maybe you'll even save some. Now, I suspect that this video is going to do really well because I'm going to give you the definitive guide on how you can secure a teaching assistantship, research assistantship, or an on-campus job at your university. So stay tuned, don't miss a single minute. So you would have heard of a lot of people working in the US at various locations like gas stations and grocery stores and whatnot. Now, why am I stressing on campus jobs such as teaching assistantships and research assistantships? It is because, simply put, working outside your campus on a student visa in the US is illegal. You might have heard of a lot of friends and relatives doing it, and maybe they're just lucky because they're not caught. But trust me, in case you get caught, you're going to be deported because that's a violation of your visa norms. That's why I'm stressing on the importance of you securing campus jobs because of the financial benefits it provides. Now that that's out of the way, I get another set of students who keep asking me, how can I secure a teaching assistantship or a research assistantship with my offer of admit? Well, this is rare, and I'm going to tell you the more common means of securing a TA or an RA. Here is the first most important point about this search. TA, RA positions have really nothing to do with merit almost. Most of the times, these are first come, first served. Therefore, whoever approaches the professor for an open position the earliest often secures the role. While a majority of candidates begin to secure these on-campus positions only once they are on campus at the university and looking at the various opportunities, some students manage to secure these positions even before they leave for university. Let me explain how. Now, as soon as you have your .edu ID after you get your admit at the university, and once your visa is approved, you can email professors asking for open positions. Why I ask you to do it after you get the .edu ID is because the likelihood of getting a reply is simply higher. Now, again, it's not wise to randomly email professors. You can look at their profiles and see what undergraduate classes they're taking. For example, if you are a master's in computer science candidate and you have a professor who's likely to teach you in the first semester, and you see that he's also teaching an undergraduate class in a subject that you've already covered in your undergraduate education, then you can write to them, mention that you've scored good grades in this particular area and whether they can give you the TA position under them. Similarly, if you've done research in particular areas that are similar to research that a particular professor is doing currently, you can also email them highlighting your relevant work with a nicely updated resume and ask for that research assistantship position. I have seen in the past students who are proactively doing this even before going onto campus secure these positions at that same time because the competition is simply not there. Once you land on campus, there are going to be multiple people reaching out to professors and setting up meetings trying to secure these positions. Now, even if you aren't able to secure that position with an email, don't worry about it because the vast majority of the students do it once they land on campus. The reason being, there's another factor to securing a TA or an RA, and that is the amount of funding that particular professor has to take teaching assistants or research assistants under their wing. So during your first week on campus after orientation, maybe once you start settling into classes, you can start speaking with professors and understand whether any positions are open immediately. So I think you found this information useful, eye-opening, and also tremendously practical, right? If you want more such no-nonsense information that's based on common sense, you can join our WhatsApp communities, and we have different groups for computer science, engineering management, and a bunch of other degrees, which are plugged in the description. Now, you might have heard that it is unlikely that a student secures a teaching assistantship in the first semester or even the first year. The reason being the time factor. Honestly, in a 2-year master's degree, when you land, a lot of the positions are already occupied by second-year master's students, simply because they've been on campus, they've been speaking with professors, and then they've been notified of open positions a little earlier than you because they've had a head start. However, like I've told you at the beginning of this video, you can mitigate that by proactively writing emails and then reaching out as soon as you're on campus. Now, so far, I've only touched upon TAs and RAs. Please don't ignore on-campus jobs. You could work on the campus library, you can work on the campus dorms, you can also work in any cafes that are on campus. Even these positions pay fairly well, upwards of $15 an hour, and you're allowed to work up to 20 hours a week, whether it's a TA, RA, or an on-campus job. I've known students at smaller universities even do multiple jobs because maybe the number of hours are not available in one specific position. In fact, I heard a story about one of our students who's attending Duke who has a non-campus job as a dormitory in charge, and therefore his accommodation is absolutely free, and he's also going to be paid $12 an hour. So the benefits are immense. You'll find these postings on your internal campus student portals. Now, of course, if you want a more detailed breakdown of how much you can earn with various on-campus jobs in various locations in different states in the US, then I've done a detailed video which you can access by clicking right up here. Alternatively, if you ever want a one-on-one consultation with us, you can schedule one at your convenience using the link in the description or by logging on to www.gradvine.com.